Brace yourself. Gonna be some contact going on.
Yellow. 180. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
Y'all not ready.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Switch, switch, switch. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hatchet, hatchet.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Kimdichie drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, 57.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Well, 58 is the mic. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Bang, 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 bang. Check, 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 check.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Off play action. Clinton. And this one complete to Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
From the gun on 3rd down, Clinton. And that will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And his kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
58's the money. 58's the money. Bring it. Bring it. Check, 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 check. Joker, 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 joker.
Hey, rip lift.
Check 52. Wide.
15.
Switch.
Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Go 58 to Mike. I'm coming. 15. I'm coming. Watch the edge.
Back.
Slams.
Hey, 57, 57.
He's checking.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
36.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. He get. Watch out. Watch out. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check three.
Give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen. Check nickel. Hey, switch gears. Hey.
Yellow.
Watch the shift.
On the run, it's Smith. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here I come. Shift.
Hey, 15.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Undercut. Good work, boys. Let's go.
I down these two. Arjolani!
Watch the run. Check. Fresno.
15.
Slam. Check. Lucky.
On the draw, this is Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Watch the whip. Rush in.
15. Attack.
Check 37.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check. Crunch.
Color.
Check 43.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Watch the slant. He's cracked.
You draw Porter.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
First down and goal at the 8-yard line.
Yellow. Come
Come on, boy. You got to be ready.
Yellow.
Smith trying to run for it. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On 2nd down now. McNeil, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Yellow.
Pick up the ball. Wow. 58 for Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Alert
15.
Alert 3. Kill.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Butker for the Chiefs field goal.
Butker's kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 4. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Clinton. And that's caught by Smith.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Back to throw. Clinton. Ebron with it over the middle. 20. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They run with Hines, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
65, 65. Hey, Charlie. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
On 3rd down, Clinton airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
24 is the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 24 is the mic. I smell fear in that offense. Hey, Delta. 24 is the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now. Dude.
They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory now. We'll see what transpires. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Yellow.
Attack, attack. Watch twist. Watch twist. Alert flare. Flare. Shit.
Hey, 57 colors.
Check three.
On 2nd down, McNeil. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
49, check 49. Watch twist. Watch the twist. 25, check 25.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. That drive took him